I'm so glad you turned down that job, because that job is probably with a newer nonprofit. I find that a lot of new nonprofit founders find the commission very attractive because they don't have to come up with a regular salary on the front end. And what they're doing is they're bringing folks on, expecting them to be a magic bullet and bring in as much revenue as they possibly can, instead of being patient, taking their time, building their board, building up their volunteers until they have a strong foundation with gifts from many different people at many different levels, that they can support bringing on a staff member to continue and amplify that work. So probably you would have been walking into a pretty toxic situation, on top of the fact that you would have been doing something against the AFP ethical standards, which again, that is its own thing. Like, we don't want to do that. Like, fundraisers seem to understand this inherently, that there is a built-in conflict of interest when your pay is tied to the size of the gift. Folks outside of the nonprofit world, or folks who are new to the nonprofit world, don't see this, and I'm constantly flummoxed that they don't see how it is a conflict of interest. So really glad. I feel like you dodged a bullet there. And yeah, I want to keep talking about this because new nonprofit founders need to understand why this is a bad idea. And if you build your entire business model around commission-based pay, especially if you're outsourcing to a company, I see a lot of them wanting to outsource their fundraising based on commission. They're losing the opportunity to build those relationships with those donors. So I don't understand how that's going to support your long-term viability as a nonprofit. But yeah, thank you for the comment.